Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have something super exciting for you all. I attended a star-studded event in Lagos, Ikeja, and I'm going to be vlogging the whole thing for you guys. Future Insiders Lagos 2024. Okay, I am not alone at this event. I came along with my friend Alpha Glam, Moto Sean. If you like this video along the line, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment, and share this video to your friends. And I'm on Instagram at Adewumi's Journey, and on Facebook as well, Adewumi's Journey or Shasamulua from Layo. As I make my way inside the event, I spotted some familiar faces and even catch a glimpse of a few celebrities walking the red carpet. So the atmosphere is electric and everyone is dressed to the nines, as and So I managed to snag some great seats and settle in for the show. So now I'm going to allow you guys to listen to the impressive key points from the keynote speakers of the event. Guess. Now you can listen to it, and I love you guys.
Mibaka is a senior strategic partner manager at YouTube, leading creator efforts in Nigeria and supporting top content creators and media companies across sub-Saharan Africa. He also managed YouTube Black Voices Fund in Nigeria and Kenya and helped launch the first Creator Future Insiders program in Ghana. So this guy knows the African market and knows the African space very well. With experience at major tech and...
What is the actual purpose? How is the system actually designed? So the first is that we want to show videos to people, the videos that people will love the most when they come on the platform. And the second is we want them to leave them satisfied so that they keep coming back to the platform. Short and simple. So we just want people to have a good experience and want to show them videos that are most relevant to them and that they will enjoy on the platform. So that's the purpose of the YouTube algorithm. And so as you can imagine, our systems every day, they're learning from a number of different signals. So we look at, okay, what do people watch? What do they not watch? How long are they watching? Where are they watching?
I think the factor we can control mostly, from what I've seen recently, is performance. So there's a channel I currently manage, and from what I saw, we have over 1,000 comments. The likes are crazy. Views are like in thousands per hour. So what I see is people are making comments. As the channel manager, you're liking, you're engaging in comments. People are saying in the comments that they love it, so they are satisfied. And then what happens is, very funny story, multiple channels are now taking on same video and they're having crazy views. So it just goes to say that it's well appealing, the video is engaging, and people are satisfied to watch it.
Thank you for that. Does anyone else have a different opinion?
Can I start? Hi. So I think that you can control the external factors. You can control the topic based on what people are talking about, what is trending. Also, you can look at your competition and what they're doing, and also the seasonality. So right now it is Christmas and we have Vlogmas and we have holiday music and all of that. So you can decide to tap into that. So that would be my answer.
Interesting. Thank you. And let's go maybe one more.
Okay, so for me, I feel it's the personalization of the watch history. Because if you're able to find out what people are watching, like for my niche now, I'm in the fitness niche. So I know that most people don't just go online and say how to do a pull-up. They are probably going online to say how can I lose weight or how can I make a smoothie. So because I know that this is what people are watching, so I go to Google, I try to search for something myself, and then I see recommendations, I know that okay, this is what people are searching for, and this is what is probably in their watch history. So I'm using those topics to make my video. So to an extent, I feel like I can personalize my video to suit a viewer, so that YouTube will find my video for that viewer. So I feel it's the first one.
Alright, thank you. I think those were all really good answers. Can we give a round of applause for the government? So really, my answer is that the one that you can most directly influence. So we heard a few examples of how your knowledge of some of these things. So I think someone mentioned maybe understanding what your competition is doing, understanding maybe the time of the year and how that. So having that knowledge, right, is good to understand how that can actually impact your videos. But the one that you have the most direct influence over is performance, right? And we'll talk about how that is the case, but what is important for you as you upload videos and like you look into your analytics and you try to understand how to improve your performance is there are certain video performance indicators: click-through rates, average view duration, watch time, you mentioned likes, comments, subscriptions. These are the things that as a creator, that's feedback for you, right, on your video performance that you can, and if you understand how you can tailor your video approach and your strategy on your videos to try and influence those metrics so that you can in turn improve the performance on your videos. So we'll talk about all of them, but the performance one is the one that I really want to focus on. So how does YouTube personalize video recommendations, right? So like we mentioned before, we look at videos that they've watched in the past, but we don't want to just keep showing people the same. So you can see how I think it was maybe 2015, 2016. A lot of people were like thought, do research. There's tools like Google Trends, right, that will allow you to see some of like the graphs that you just saw. I really want to focus on performance, but let's talk a little bit about the external factors. So topic interest, competition, and seasonality. So it's important to just know that, for example, some topics naturally have a larger audience than others, right? So look, in the context of sports, we know football is a pool of audience potentially to reach than someone who's making videos about cricket and golf and so on and so forth. Again, the question that will typically come after that is to say, okay, then maybe should I maybe gamify and maybe try and maybe do videos about a particular... No, the point is make videos and make your channel about a topic that truly resonates with you. Really focus on nurturing your community. But again, this is just to give you a context and understanding of how some of these external factors can impact, potential interest in the topic that you're talking about. The second thing is competition, right? So we saw, I think one of the questions before was about, what was it? Okay, if your click-through rate and your views are, something like if your channel is doing well, but the click-through rate is not quite well. I can't remember what it was, but it was basically trying to communicate that sometimes your video is doing well, right? It's actually performing well, but you're not uploading onto YouTube in a vacuum, right? People, if I'm going onto YouTube, you can imagine you go into your home feed. I think it's always worth, I mean, obviously we're all creators to improve the click-through rate on your video. Thumbnails, okay.
Thumbnails. The
Title, okay. So broadly speaking, it's thumbnails and titles, right? And let's say topic, but that's the same thing as title, right? So thumbnails and titles. So that's what is within your control, right? Because that's what we want to focus on. So you want to think, okay, am I using my thumbnail? And we'll talk a little bit about thumbnails and titles later, just as an example. But that's what's within your control. Then we go to engagement. We talk about watch time, hours, views, average view duration. Okay, I'm a viewer, I've clicked through. The first 30 seconds is so important, right? The introduction of the video, because that's where you hook them. I'm sure you've experienced the same where maybe you click into a video, right? And maybe you didn't find, it wasn't quite what you expected it to be, and so you drop off. So YouTube is taking that into consideration to say, okay, maybe actually this person didn't find that video that engaging. So again, bringing it back as a creator, you're looking at that data to try and understand, okay, and you can find this data in your analytics, like how many people were watching beyond the first 30 seconds, right? So you want to directly say, okay, maybe at the beginning you will try and work on your thumbnails, people are actually clicking. How can I improve the quality of my introductions? How do I hook people so that they want to keep watching? And so on and so forth. Then you go again, you say, okay, how can I make this video more engaging? How do I make people want to watch all the way until the end? How do I make people want to come back and maybe even watch the video again? How do I make people want to share, like, comment, subscribe? Like I said it before, a lot of people say, oh, like, comment, share, but but they don't know why they're saying it. It's because these signals tell the algorithm that people actually enjoyed and were satisfied with the experience watching your video on the platform. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, so just very quickly, I wanted to talk to us a little bit about thumbnail test and compare. I don't know how many people have ever heard of this or have actually used it before. Can I see a show of hands if you've used it or you've heard of thumbnail test and compare?
Have you tried?
Okay, so not too many people, so it's good. So this is actually probably one of our most widely requested features on YouTube. So what is thumbnail test and compare? So thumbnail test and compare is what we call a concurrent A/B/C test, right? So I'm sure you've all experienced this before, where you make a thumbnail for your video and you're not quite sure which one to use. You have different variations of the same thumbnail, and ultimately you just have to choose one, right? And you hope that thumbnail will actually do well for you. So a lot of creators were saying, actually, what if we could test maybe 1 to 2 to 3 different thumbnails and actually understand which thumbnail is actually performing best for my audience. So YouTube recently created this feature. I think it was launched at the beginning of this year to help creators to get real-time data that will actually tell you which thumbnails are performing better than the others. So typically when you do it, it can take anywhere from 2 hours to maybe a few days for you to get the results. But it's very simple to do. If you go into your YouTube studio, you can do it either for new videos or old videos, right? And when you go to thumbnails, there should be an option for you to click test and compare. And all you need to do is upload 3 thumbnails and then run the test, and you get the results. So the main thing I wanted to stress about this, right, is like, okay, you're uploading 3 different thumbnails. You don't want to make those thumbnails so different that it's hard for you to then, when you get the results, that you don't know what was the actual thing that made one better than the other, right? But then you also don't want to make them so similar that the results of the test that then become inconclusive. So you want to isolate maybe 1 or 2 things in the thumbnail that will give you a clear indication of why it's performing better than another one. So for example, maybe in one video you have text and another one you don't. And then maybe another one you just maybe change the emotion of the people that are in your video. And so little tweaks like that you can control for, and then you understand, okay, and again, this is like many things, this is not a one-off. You know, it's more from doing this, using it regularly, using it regularly and getting data over time that will start to help you understand what are the thumbnails that work best for you. So, quick question. So we're thinking about like thumbnail testing. What metric do you think will actually help you tell whether a thumbnail, from this particular thumbnail test and compare feature, which metric do you think will actually tell you which thumbnail performed the best? We have a hand over there. CTR, click-through rate. Okay, he said the same thing. So click-through rate, right?
I mean retention rate low.
The
retention of those that.
Okay, the retention of those that clicked on it. Okay, that was a good answer. So again, and click-through rate is not a bad answer either. That's what I would intuitively think, right? But what we actually look at, when you test it, you'll see it will show you the winning thumbnail is based on what is the thumbnail that drove the most watch time, right? And really, it's because like it goes back to what we said before, right? You just don't want people to click on your video and then that's it. Right, you want the signal that we want of a high quality viewer that has clicked on your video is, did they actually watch
watching, and I will see you in the next one. I love you guys. I love you so much.